Good afternoon, everyone. My name is CA Tarun Kumar. I am qualified chartered accountant practicing in New Delhi. And I have experience in digital transformation in using Zoho products. It includes Zoho Books, Zoho Payroll, Zoho Expenses. So a lot of products I will explain in my session. Previously, I was associated with Big Four organizations like EY, BDO, and was handling risk advisory assignments. Now I'm running my own practice. So my main objective is to help with the transformation, automation. So I'm just continuing the session 2. So you can say it is a part 2, but it is more about going to deep levels like answering your queries relating to reporting, integrations, and more analytics. So I'm working with Zoho Books and Zoho All products for last 5 years. And I have implemented for startups, agriculture companies, and manufacturing entities for Zoho implementation. So there are 3 sections that I will be covering today. First is Zoho Books integrations, second is reporting, and third is analytics. So there are multiple integrations that are available. As my previous partner told to you, there are multiple products like Zoho Inventory, Zoho Invoice, Zoho Payroll, Zoho Expense, Zoho Billing. So now the agenda is to discuss about how we can use these softwares and how to fetch these data into our financial accounting software. Earlier, I think he was explaining you about Tally and how this is the automation is possible. Now my job is to tell you, if you are a big organization, you are having 50 to 60 employees in accounts team, or there are multiple departments, like a marketing department is different, customer service department is different, accounting department is different, employees are claiming the reimbursement, so everything is disorganized. Now how you can organize everything using Zoho Finance Suite. So what is Zoho Finance Suite? Is like using Zoho CRM, Zoho Expense, so the same products. So I will explain you how technical are these and how useful these will be while managing the organization. So it is a ERP for you, a mini ERP, but not a SAP. You can say it is a mini ERP for a mini operating system to run a business. So as I told you, there are 3 types of integrations, like there are 55 plus applications in Zoho. So how you can integrate that 55 applications with the Zoho Books? The first point is this. Second point is banking and payment gateways integrations. Like banking integration, already explained to you, ICICI Bank, HDFC, Kotak Bank. Now there are multiple payment gateways also, Paytm, Razorpay, Stripe, PayPal. How can you integrate those? And how can you auto-fetch the data from those payment gateways to your Zoho Books? And then obviously categorization of those transactions in the Zoho Books. The third is the custom integrations, like third-party integrations, e-commerce integrations, ShipRocket, Shopify, those kind of integrations. The first integration that I want to discuss is Zoho CRM integration. I do not know how much do you know about the CRM system. It is a customer relationship management where you capture the new customers, new leads. You calculate whether those leads are qualified, unqualified, whether the deal is there or not. You convert that lead to quotation, then quotation to sale order, then sale order to invoice. So it is a complete order to cash process. Generally, it is followed by a big organizations. I am not sure the small organizations start with this vision, but obviously with the cash crunch, liquidity, they drop all these process or internal processes and they do only the invoicing. So as I told you, like Zoho CRM is the separate software where do you capture all the customer information. What happens if you have a different sales team and a different finance team? For example, in my client, the plant is in Manesar, manufacturing is happening in Manesar, but that sales team is sitting in Gujarat, or the consultants are sitting in the Gujarat, they are generating the leads, they are getting the new customers, so they are managing the CRM. They do not know about the bookkeeping, they do not know about the finance, so they have the access of Zoho CRM only. They are capturing the new customer, they are capturing the lead, they are able to see the previous customers outstanding. For example, the sales team sitting in Gujarat wants to send a quotation to an old customer. He is a 5-year customer with you, but there is an outstanding amount of 5 lakh rupees. But your internal policy is that you do not generate more invoice or you do not generate more work if the outstanding is 5 lakh rupees. So the sales team can sit and see in the CRM, yes, there is a limitation. Like in the CRM, they can see that they cannot work more because there is outstanding. So in a CRM, they can access everything. And in the accounts team, they can see all the customer information, all the, for example, the sales team is adding new customer, sales team is adding more quotation. The finance team can see those quotations in the Zoho books directly because it is integrated. First, you have to integrate it, but after integration, you can see everything. The more useful scenarios or more case studies, what we have done in the past is the manufacturing entities or the service businesses or software companies. So in that case, they generally use the CRM and they generate the leads. Accounts team can see the customer information, everything. The next is inventory management integration. As we told you, there is a separate software for inventory management. It is a Zoho inventory. So what is the use case of Zoho inventory? It is for those people or those businesses that are managing the stock. Like it is not required for service businesses. It is required for entities who are managing the stock. By using Zoho inventory, you can track inventory levels. I can show you some demo here. This is the general interface of Zoho inventory. So you can see how the dashboard is looking. Okay. Okay, I think now visible. So this is the dashboard. I think previously you have seen the dashboard of Zoho Books. This is the general dashboard of Zoho Inventory. So here you can see all activity you can track, how many items have been, it tracks everything like packaging, shipment, and manufacturing process. Here you can track how many items have been packed, how many items have been shipped, how many delivery challans have been created. So this is the separate software. So these are the modules which are available in the Zoho inventory. Some modules are similar to Zoho Books. Here you can create e-way bills. And if I come to integrations, these are the general integrations that are available. So these are generally useful for the transportation, the logistics, or the company who are managing the logistics, like a e-commerce company. Or I had one client in which there was a huge, like there were 28 states GST numbers. So every state have a different courier, third party couriers, Blue Dart, delivery, track post, so multiple things. So they need to know the real-time status of the inventory. So they have implemented everything using this Zoho inventory API integration, and they were able to see all the alerts, where is the courier, where is the item, whether it has been delivered to customer, whether it is returned to warehouse, whether it is a return to manufacturer, RTO, everything was covered in that. So what is like that? If you do the Zoho inventory, if you use the Zoho inventory, it auto calculates the cost of goods sold. For example, you have purchased iPhone, you are in the business of trading of iPhone. You have purchased 100 items on January, 100 items in February. First lot was purchased as 40,000 rupees, 40,000 per item, and the second lot was purchased at 50,000 per item. Now you have sold 150 items in March. So it will pick 100 items cost from the first lot, 50 items cost from the second lot. So by general rule, it uses the FIFO method, not the weighted average cost, and it auto calculates the cost of goods sold in the financial statements of your books. Also, you can track how many items are there left or how many items are remaining, whether you need to purchase, because it gives you alerts about the reorder points, when you need to reorder or when you need to buy more items in your warehouse. Yes. No, if you have purchased the first lot, correct? Correct. Correct, correct. No, in your example, I think you are using FIFO only. Correct. Correct. Okay. You need to enable the batch wise tracking or lot wise tracking. That is available. If you want to calculate the batch wise, like in pharmaceutical, it is generally accepted like batch wise you do the tracking. So that is available. But generally, you need to enable that if you want to capture the finance or accounting in that way. The third is Zoho expense. I think you must have understood what is the Zoho expense. It is to use or to provide the access to your employees to generate the reimbursement. For example, in law firms, CA firms, digital marketing agencies, NGOs, like the companies who are in social services, their employees generally travel from one place to other places, air travel, rail travel, hotel, and food expenses. So obviously, I think the manual processes are not required. By using Zoho Expense, your employees can automatically request for the reimbursement. Your boss or the company boss will get in the dashboard what requests have been made. They will approve that expense. They will pay the expense from Zoho Expense. So that is the procedure of Zoho Expense. But what will happen if you will integrate with the Zoho books? For example, Sham in the company who is traveling by rail and incurred expenditure of 3,000 rupees. So he will raise the reimbursement of 3,000 rupees by using Zoho Expense. Nothing will happen because it is a draft. No one has approved it. It is just a temporary or just a record. His manager has approved it. Once it has been approved, Zoho Books will capture the transaction travel expense debit to reimbursement payable account, which is a journal entry what accountant pass. So it is again the automation. On approval of it, the Zoho Books will automatically capture this transaction. And after 3 days, 5 days, someone has paid this reimbursement to the Sham. So Zoho Books will update the record reimbursement payable debit to bank account. At the time of payment of the reimbursement, it will ask you what account has been used, cash account, HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank. So you will provide that. Once you have provided that, Zoho Books will automatically pass the journal entry. So it depends on that how access you are giving to your auditor. How much access are you giving? So obviously, if it is the expenditure of the business, he has the right to see that and he will see that. So obviously, it is showing in the Zoho expense. It is in the approved. No, it is in draft or it is in approved. So he will see it is in draft. I don't think any problem will be there because there must be supporting. It can be deleted. It can be rejected. It can be finally approved. That is fine. I think in the traditional, you submit the file. When the auditor comes, you show the file. Obviously, there can be possibility in a file there are 100 transactions. In accounts, only 98 transactions. Then accountant give a justification. 2 transactions are yet to be recorded. So then they record it. So similar, it is just a IT or it is a technology driven, not a manual driven. The story is same. And obviously, when you submit the expenditure, you will be providing the ticket, train ticket. You will be providing the photo of that ticket. So I think if it is all genuine, I don't think any problem is there. Correct. Correct. Okay. So this is the dashboard of Zoho Expense. Here you need to create a multiple report. One report is a one travel, like you have traveled from Delhi to Dehradun. you must have incurred auto or metro or cab. Then you have incurred train, then hotel, and then return ticket. So you will have to create a new report that is generally called an expense report. For example, this is the expense report. So here you will edit or provide all the expenditures in this report. Like to answer your query, multiple expenses can be added a single report. If he has missed to submit some expenditure, he can edit that or raise a new reimbursement in that case. So you can see this expense was created just a dummy expense and it was reimbursed on 21st of August, paid through HDFC. It will auto capture into the Zoho books to show the accounting of that transaction. Here, if I talk about what are the more benefits in using Zoho expenses, you can set the travel policies. Like in big organizations, there are travel policies like up to 1,000 is the per DA. If you travel 1,000 rupees DA, आपको मिलेगा. Or there is a limit of air travel. There is a limit to expend on lodging. So any expenditure you can set a limits, and it will not allow you to submit any expenditure more than that limit. Further, there is an approval mechanism. Your boss or the company's boss will get the notification that Sham has submitted this expenditure, and they will approve the expenditure based on the photos, documents, attachment, everything. There are multiple analytics in Zoho Expense. It is more useful for the companies who are having lot of expenditures like travel. In my experience, it is more related to CA firms who are running audit practices or digital marketing agencies who are running lot of studio work or lot of shooting is happening at one location, two location. In my experience, I did with social organizations like NGOs. They work a lot on social issues in various states of the country. So there are multiple reports in this analytics also. The fourth is payroll integration. I think Zoho payroll, I think you have got you must have got the introduction about the Zoho payroll. It is to manage the payroll of your organization. You have 10 employees who are working at a different CTC. The promotions are happening, appraisals are there, they are submitting investment declarations, and you need to calculate the tax TDS every month. You need to provide the pay slips. So that is the use case of the Zoho payroll. But what happens if you integrate with the Zoho books? At the end of the month, when you process the pay run into Zoho payroll, it will transfer the entry into Zoho books. For example, there is a salary of 10 lakh rupees for 10 employees in a month. The Zoho books will automatically record the transaction, salary and employee wages debit to salary payable 10 lakh rupees. Once you pay the amount from the Zoho payroll, it will automatically pass the transaction salary payable to bank account. It is totally similar to Zoho expense. It is more useful, I can say again, for CA firms, digital marketing, law firms, and the Zoho payroll is very useful to provide the pay slips. What I have observed in India, the maybe more than 50% businesses are not providing the pay slips, or they do not provide any employee communication is not there. Like they think that they need to hire the HR to manage all this, but I think this software is good enough to give you some comfort that yes, there is how much salary has been received, how much TDS has been deducted, and if any bonus is there, if any deduction is there, any penalty is there, you can add that custom fields in the payslip also, and they can check their annual TDS. You can also manage the loan. A lot of times you provide the loan to your employees, and there is a monthly installment you deduct from the salary. So that can also be managed by using Zoho payroll. Yes, if you are talking about the professional tax, ESI, PF, that is there. I'm not sure, not minimum wage. Do you want to manage all those registers here? I'm just showing you the reports that are there. The registers are not there, the reporting is there only. This is the simple dashboard that you will see for Zoho Payroll. So for example, there is a pay run for April 2022. There are 2 employees in the company. What is the payroll cost? So if you talk about the reports, these are the reports that you will be able to see: PTE report, ESI report, ESIC, EPF report, leave encashment, LOP summary, like a leave or loss of pay, how many employees were absent for how many days. Form 24Q, if there is a TDS on the salary, it will generate the 24Q. You can download it and use any third-party software like a Computex or a Winman software, anything like that. So these kind of reports are available, sir, if you are looking for. You want to see any report? Okay. What I will have to do, I will have to process that pay run, first of all, because this is in the draft stage. So in every Zoho software, it is like the process: draft, approval, then posting. And approval mechanism you can add up there, like you want approval for user rights, you want to restrict someone who can approve, who cannot approve. So that rights are available in every software of the Zoho company. So I need to submit and approve this. It is asking me, do you want to post the journal entries or not? So I will say yes, post the journal entries. 1 minute. I think I do not have this plan right now. So if I will post these entries, this all data will come up there in the report section. I think the data is not there right now, but these kind of formats that you will be able to see. Now the next is subscription billing. This is the different software for Zoho billing that provide you a 3-tier pricing. By using that, you can create some levels in your web page: level 1, level 2, level 3. So there will be 3-tier pricing you can do. I think you must have seen in every product in Gmail or Microsoft, in Netflix. Every subscription-based model provides such kind of a billing. Do you want to purchase a diamond, silver, gold? Such kind of a tier pricing is there. So this is generally used by coaches, gym owners, or gyms, co-working spaces. Like you want a cabin, you want a full room. So it is a multiple level packaging that is generally happening in subscription model. By using Zoho billing, you will be able to use that. You can calculate the customer count in each package, how many customers are in gold package, how many customers are in silver. Recurring invoicing is possible. It will auto-generate the invoice on first of that. In Netflix, it happens. In lot of US companies who are coaches or consultants, they do not call or they do not email you. Their systems send you an email and automatic reminders. Even they have progressed to that level. The CA firms in USA are capturing your credit cards, and they are automatic debiting your credit cards on every month for your accounting service or tax service. In India, I'm not sure how much time it will take. Obviously, it is difficult to receive the outstanding in India, but they are capturing the credit cards and they are capturing a lot of things so that it happens like an automatic debit for your service. And if you do not pay, they stop the services in 15 days or next month. The last one is, the sixth point is Zoho Analytics integration. I will show you in some time. So Zoho Analytics is a different software. It is similar to Power BI if you have used Tableau, Google Studio. It is like that. I will show you a demo after some time. After integration with the analytics, it will auto fetch the data from your Zoho books. It can give you a customer dashboard, how much are the top customers, who are the top selling items, who are the different segments in India. If you are multiple managing business in multiple state, Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, you can track sales by region, how much sales is happening in South Delhi, South India, how much sale is happening in North India. You can provide up 2 lakh line items in Zoho Analytics. I don't think a human being can manage that kind of a data, but it will auto fetch the, auto generate the insights. It will create a dashboard and it will create a graph, bar diagram. I will show you after this. In one of my clients, the co-working space in Delhi in CP, they were calculating the space utilization by using Zoho Analytics, how much square feet space is there, how much seats are possible to monetize and how much seats are not able to monetize. So what was the break even for seat utilization? If those seats are getting paid, it means they are on break even. If those seats are not, so they were able to see every dashboard on a monthly basis because that the startups work in a very competitive environment. They need to be very robust on their financial transparency. So they expect such kind of a softwares, scalable softwares and integrated softwares. They avoid any kind of Excel manual work because a lot of times people come and people leave. So the systems, I think system work, people fail. So that is the theory. The next is project management integration. So there is one more project, Zoho Projects. You must have seen in Zoho Books, there was a module of Zoho Projects timesheet. I think you were very interested how to capture the timesheet, how to capture the how many CAs, how much a senior CA has worked on this assignment or the article has worked on this assignment. So there is a different software, Zoho Projects. So here, a lot of times it happens if you are managing 50, 100 clients, you also do not know what is happening at what client level, whether the checklist has been completed or not, whether we can invoice that or not. So by using Zoho Project, you can create the workflows. You can create the checklist and you can complete that checklist. For example, I have created this Zoho migration checklist. The first point is obtain the tally data from the previous accountant. Second point is buy the Zoho license. Third is add the users. Fourth is review the tally data. Fifth is export the tally data. If this is completed, we can start preparing the templates. So this kind of a methodology. So here you can create all the task list in Zoho project, see the reports, see the documents, what are the milestones, what is the timesheet, how many persons have worked in this, what are the issues. Issue is like you are stuck at somewhere, if something is there like data is not there or data is corrupted or data is not valid. So those kind of issues are there. And users. So once you integrate the Zoho projects with the Zoho books, if your staff is punching the timesheet into the Zoho projects, if the staff is punching every thing, it will auto calculate the cost per project. It will create the project profitability. I can show you something here. These are some projects, billing method, fixed cost per hour, hourly rate. You can define that. When you create a new project, it asks you, how do you want to? Billing method is, what is the billing method? Is it a fixed cost or a hourly rate or a task hours, like a costing, how much people has spent, how much hours. Based on that, you will pitch the sale price to the customer. So this is that. So once if anyone is using Zoho project and punching everything, it will auto come to Zoho books and you will be able to see that visibility and you will be able to see reports also. Expenses by project. Sometimes in your client case, you have incurred MCA challans, you have paid MCA challans or ROC challans, or you have paid some stamp duty. So you will be able to see how much expenses have been incurred on the incorporation of the private company, whether that expense is billable or non-billable. If you mention it as a billable, it will give you a notification to please make an invoice to the customer using that expenditure. These are the timesheet profitability summary. It is very, I think, require a lot of efforts to go into this, but you can get all kind of a reporting here. The last one I would like to discuss about the document management. It is Work Drive. Like in Google Drive, you can also integrate. So in Zoho Books, you can integrate with the Google Drive or Work Drive. All the documents that you save, like a purchase order or sale invoice or any expenditure, it will get auto saved to your Work Drive or Google Drive. So you can access from your desktop or any PC from anywhere. These are the integrations I think already discussed in the second session. First was bank integration with the bank accounts. The possible partner banks are ICICI Bank, SBI, Kotak, HSBC, Standard Chartered, and Yes Bank. Other supported banks are HDFC, Axis Bank, and there are supported credit cards, SBI and American Express. If I talk about the payment gateways, so you can make the direct payments. I think it was also discussed. You can make the direct payments from your Zoho Books directly. You can see the bills and make the payments, but that is possible with few banks, ICICI Bank and one more bank. And other supported payment gateways, Paytm, Razorpay. And if someone has integrated the Paytm wallet, like small businesses, but it is not ideal directly for small businesses, but if you are allowing your UPI payments to your invoices or Paytm payments, you can also do that. Once you have integrated the Paytm, it will create a Paytm wallet in your books, and it will show you every transaction automatically from the Paytm API. You can also offer to receive the UPI payment on your invoice. You can provide the QR code. I think it is generally happening or possible in other accounting softwares also. If I talk about the custom integrations, so 3 integrations that we have popularly mostly used. E-commerce integration. You can integrate your Shopify account, Amazon account. It was also discussed in the afternoon. The second is custom alerts. You can integrate WhatsApp. You can integrate your SMS. I can show you that. So this is the third-party integration, Twilio. By using this, you can send the SMS once you create the invoices, once you receive the payment, once is there as a reminder. Along with the email notification, you can send the SMS alerts also to your customer. It is very useful for coaching industry or I can say gyms. So this is very manual process, but by using, because it is accessible on mobile also, when you are using Zoho Books on your mobile, you can do everything from your mobile also. Now I would like to start with the reporting section. The first section was about integration. The second is reporting. You must have seen the financial reports. All kind of reports are available in Zoho Books that are generally used. I would like to show you some dashboard and the reports in the Zoho Books. So this is kind of the dashboard. You can see how much overdue is there as on today, how much payable is there as on today. In this fiscal year, the opening cash was negative. The figures are not correct, but the negative. How much incoming was there? 991. The outgoing is 2,500, and the closing out balance is this. How much income was there? You will get a bar diagram for every month. Accrual, you want an accrual basis or a cash basis, because Zoho allows you to do the accounting on accrual as well as cash basis. You will be able to see how much was the top expenditure and what is the closing balance of bank and credit card. It is the small snapshot of the dashboard. If I talk about the reports, the good reports that I have seen that are generally used, like a cash flow forecasting, you can forecast your cash based on your trend for last 12 months or 13 months. It was the past history. What will be the cash trend in the coming months? You will be able to see some ratios. So it will give you the month-wise current assets and current liabilities ratio. The most common report that is generally required by CA, it is AR aging report. So you can customize this report in a duration like 15 days, 60 days, or 90 days. Similarly, AP aging report. If I talk about the taxes, GSTR 3B summary you can see from here. It is similar to tables as per the GST portal, 3.1 eligible ITC. What you can do also, you can do a reconciliation by using Zoho Books. You can provide your GST portal access, or I can say integrate with the GST portal. You will be able to see a 2B summary, which is available on 13th or 14th of the month. You will be able to see that 2A, 2B here, and you can ask them to auto reconcile. So it will reconcile based on the bill number, based on the party, and it will ask you or provide you the option. If any bill is there which is available in 2A but not in your books, it will give you option to add to your books. So it will automatically come in your screen and you can just go through with that process. So the TDS summary. The most thing you can use is annual summary. The time is nearby GSTR 9. You can create a GSTR 9 by using this reporting section. And if you have multiple GSTN number, it will show you all the GST numbers here, and you will be able to see GSTR 9 for all the GST numbers. The good thing is you can track the budget versus actuals. In the budget module, you need to add your budgeted figures for the year. I can show you that. So I have created two budgets, operating budget 1 or 2. For example, for this fiscal year, I have say just a temporary dummy numbers. I have mentioned that sales will be like this in every month, and consultant expense will be there like this. You can say add 5% at each month. So there is an option to capture these figures. This is the option. You need to create a first budget for your profit and loss and for your balance sheet. Once you have created this, it will automatically compare your actual versus budgeted values. Because if you are doing the real-time accounting, your actual books are getting prepared. So those actual numbers will be compared with your budgeted numbers. I can show you in the next step. So this is the budget. First of all, you need to create using this module. Once you have created that, you need to go to your reports. The report name is budget versus actuals. Now you can see it is saying your budgeted sale was 1,000 rupees, but your actual sale is 199 rupees. So there is a over budgeting or negative 80%. If it is the expenditure, it will show you in green because you have saved some money for the company. Like the budget was consultant expenditure 2,000 rupees, but actual expenditure is 0, so it is a green. You can customize this report. You can add some columns or remove some columns. You can share it to your internal users. For example, there are 10 users working in accounts department. You can provide the access permissions from here only, that whether they can view or whether they can view and export. And also you can export it from here. in a PDF format, Excel format, or print also, if you can want to print this report. Sorry? You can save the template or you can customize the format and provide the save that format into your account. So you will be able to access that template. Because in my company, I have created GSTR1 template, because if I want to cross-check any figures, I export the invoices because it provides you 100 columns. I do not need the 100 columns. I need customer name, customer GST, place of supply, taxable value, HSN code. So I have 7 or 8 columns I need. I have customized it. At the month end or 10th of that, I export that and prepare the pivot table and cross-check the figures. Okay. So here you will be able to see activity logs and audit trail. It is capturing everything, what was created, who has created, at what time. Even if you have changed the bill amount, like the actual bill was 2,000 rupees and now you have modified it to 2,500 rupees, it will capture the previous version also, third version also, fourth version also. It will highlight what changes have been made, who has made the change, at what time. I think this is the requirement by MCA also for companies. So it captures every version of your previous document and even highlight the changes, what changes has been made, to avoid any manual requirement to look for. It will record original transactions. If you have created something, it will create edited, modified, deleted, both kind. Exported, even if you have exported someone, exported any report, it will say this user has exported this kind of a report on this day.
And when you say that the entries are done from the bank statement,
Yes.
they always be done in one instant at one point of time. Maybe 100 entries could be done in a single click.
See, this is the transaction rule criteria. If you have, it provides you two options, whether you want to auto categorization or you want to do a manual categorization. So if you have provided a transaction rule for Zomato, it should go to food expense, and you have enabled it like auto accounting or auto categorization. So you upload it 1000 Excel file. If 500 line items are related to Zomato, in 10 minutes, it will automatic go into food expense. I do for my personal thing also. I have created some transaction rule for my bank account. So I know for my bank account what is the major expenditure, what is like that. So I import that Excel file into Zoho Books. In 15 minutes, it categorizes 1000 transactions if the rule is correct, if the rule is matching.
And the time of recording the transaction also will be recorded at the same time.
It will be recorded at that time, but obviously the date will come as per the bank statement.
So date is fine, but the fine.
The same
There
time.
should be two dates, no? One from the entry date and one the transaction date.
So that is the second step. You need to enable the posting date. By default, it does not come. It provides you a document date only. If you want to capture the posting date or the accounting date, you need to enable this and you need to provide that, I can say, input also to Zoho Books. By default, it will capture only the transaction date, not the posting date.
It will not capture the posting date.
By default,
Audit trail requires that.
by default, it will not. You will need to enable this. By like proprietorships are not required to do that. Partnerships are not. So for companies, you need to upgrade or you need to pass all these modifications when you are going to implement that. So this is the activity log and audit trail you can see. So in currency, you can see realized gain. I think there was a question how to track the foreign currency. If I am making export or getting a money from the outside India or outside country, so it will show you how much is the realized gain or how much is the unrealized gain. And you need to do this calculation, or if you need this kind of a report, you can take it from here. Recurring invoices, I think it was also discussed if rental is there, so you can say a recurring. The one thing is recurring journals. If there is a journal entry that is required to be passed at the end, every month, if the salary is there, you need to pay that salary, fixed rent, fixed Wi-Fi expenditure, fixed telephone expenditure, or something like that. You can create a recurring journals at the on every first or in every you need to provide the account names, date, account code. It will automatic post that journal entry on the that date.
Can it capture the interbranch transactions with respect to GST?
Can you please repeat?
Can it record the interbranch transactions with respect to GST?
You need to enable the branches. You need to enable the branches, and for example, there is a two branches, Delhi and Mumbai. The customer is related to Delhi. Collection is being made by Mumbai. It will automatically create.
I'm talking about the collection, I'm talking about stock transfers.
Okay,
Because in GST, sale purchase has to be recorded for branch transfers.
correct, correct,
So, and at the moment the balance sheet is drawn, it has to be knocked off.
correct.
Will both the positions be available to be seen in this?
You need to, if you want to make a stock transfer, I can show you that. The stock transfer option is there. But if you are creating the, obviously you need to create an invoice and pass the journal entry, so that pass the GST number and all that, so that is available. But what happens,
Off when the balance sheet is prepared.
yeah, it will knock off. But what will happen if you are selling to your branch at a higher cost? For example, as per FIFO, as per cost calculation, the iPhone costing you 40,000, but you are selling to your branch at 5% profit. So you need to see that adjustment. Have you grossed up your margins in your inter-branch accounting or inter-branch sales? So it will
You said that the cost of goods sold will be calculated.
automatic. You need to
Say, picking up that rate, I'll have to see that what is the rate over there.
you need to sell at your cost. If you are selling at higher rate or more than your cost, it will create a excess retained earnings in your books.
To be careful at what.
Yeah, you need to. Yeah, one of my client was doing a 5% margin in inter-branch accounting or inter-branch sale transaction. So it was stuck, and it became a challenge for them to implement, and they were little bit stuck in this. So I told him to calculate. He was very clear with this costing. He was very clear with the cost price, but intentionally he was adding the margin to boost up the, you can say, sale or profit. So one of the good feature is also a scheduling of reports. For example, you are using daybook. The bosses wants to have a daybook or a GL report or AR summary, AP summary at 6 p.m. on every day. You can schedule the report from here. So you can say what is the frequency? Do you want a weekly, daily, monthly, quarterly, or yearly? When do you want to start? Who must receive this kind of a report? You need to provide the internal user names. And what format do you need in a PDF or CSV or XLS? So you will be getting these reports automatically on your email or Gmail on your email account. I have done for my customer balance summary, or because if I am not able to receive some long outstanding, so I in the morning 10 a.m. I receive customer balance summary every day. So I will able to track the customer or AR management. I am able to do in a better way.
Can you give me the day summary?
Uh,
Daybook will record the day summary.
yeah, daybook will. The scheduling is available for every report, profit and loss, balance sheet. You can do for every report. The daybook will provide the daybook, the day transactions on that day only.
The day transactions or the summary?
Complete transactions. Complete transactions. It will show you debit, what was debited, what was credited, narration, voucher number, date, everything. So here I would like to explain you one more process. Like generally it is used by big organization, order to cash. Like if you are creating any invoice, they are mandatorily to create a estimate or quotation and then they convert into a sale order, and then that sale order gets converted into a invoice. So I think this is possible by using these different modules. And once you have integrated with your CRM, if you have created any quotation in your CRM system, that will automatically come into books, and you can convert from one process to another process to another process to third process, and it will give you a variances how much quotation has been invoiced or how much quotation is left to be invoiced or how much sale order is yet to be invoiced. Similarly, if I talk about the purchase, you need to create a purchase order first, because every bill must be supported by a PO. So you can create a first purchase order. If you are a manufacturing or a trading company, you need to see PR. The 100 quantity was the PO and the PR is for 50 quantity. So you need to see a comparison whether PO has been completed or there is an open PO or a closed PO. So you can calculate or see that kind of a picture here also. Once the PO is okay, you have checked the quality, GR and everything, you can convert that PO to bill. You can attach your bills here for audit purpose. If someone is coming, you do not need to give any file or audit file to the CA. You can see the journal entries are coming at the bottom. What is the consultant expenditure? I can say in traditional softwares, you are passing this entry, but the new softwares are not asking you a double entry, they are recording it. But yes, the CA supervision is required to monitor or to review these kind of transactions. So it is saying consultant expense debited to accounts payable. In every transaction, if you record, the journal entry will come at the bottom. In this case, meals, entertainment, TDS payable, accounts payable is there. You can create a e-way bill from here. You can do a GST filing. The last thing I would like to cover is analytics. So it is a Zoho Analytics that is similar to Power BI or Tableau, as I told you. So what it does, you can integrate with your Zoho books. If you are having a multiple e-commerce or you are handling 1 lakh items in your Zoho books, or there are numerous transactions and you want to make analytics of that. So Zoho Analytics on a real-time basis can fetch the data and make a reporting to you as per your requirement. So this is the dashboard of the Zoho Analytics. You can create a dashboard here, and you can create a reports like a pivot tables, graph, diagrams. There are two sources, multiple sources. You can provide the Excel data to Zoho Analytics, or you can integrate the Zoho books. For example, this is the incorporation, like companies incorporation in India for last, for example, 1 year dummy data. So it is saying how much private companies are there, how much OPC are there, how much public is there. What is the activity code? Like there is activity code when you incorporate the company.
This data has been fed or it is taking up automatically?
If you are integrated with the Zoho book, so it will automatically fetch, it auto sync in every 4 hours. You can integrate with Zoho Expense if you are handling multiple reimbursements in your company and you want to track employee wise, who employees, like for forensic audit or internal audit, you can use such kind of a tools, which employee is claiming how much expenditure. If that, generally such kind of reports are available by default, but if your requirement is very complex, if your requirement is very, I can say a different, very designed manner or very different, that report need to be developed on the Zoho Analytics. Sometimes consolidation, people ask, there are 3 or 4 companies, and 3-4 companies obviously are different on Zoho books. They want to consolidate that, then analytics is required. One of my client was having 7 companies, India, Singapore, Malaysia, Australia, and every company was using Zoho. So obviously the data center are different in such kind of a companies, because Indian company use an Indian data center, US uses US data center. So if you want to consolidate, then it is some complex task, but it can be done by using Zoho Analytics. They will fetch the profit and loss and balance sheet from every company and consolidate that. by providing some rules. The grouping must be same, GL name must be same. For example, this is a dashboard showing for India how much data, how much companies are there in Assam, Bihar, Chandigarh. You can do this, play with this, and see the reporting here. You can share this, you can edit the design here. It is similar to little bit Excel, like how to make a pivot table, what kind of filters you want. It is the same, similar to Zoho Analytics. It's similar to Microsoft Excel. You can share this. Even you can create a hyperlink as a public view. Anyone can see that public view by using that hyperlink. So if you want to give us this dashboard on a web page or somewhere, so you can schedule this, or you can.
Whatever accounting entries are there, can the data be fetched out individually without using Zoho Books?
If the data is in Zoho Books or data is not in Zoho Books?
Data is in Zoho Books,
Okay,
but the data file would be a separate file
correct,
from the software.
correct.
So that file can be fetched and kept for backup or safety.
Yes, yes. In Zoho Books, you can export and you can take a backup of that data. You can get a complete backup. You can save that data.
I can even use that data file separately from other analytics.
Yes, yes. You can download item report or I can say sale invoices and import that in Zoho Analytics. So
It has to be used through your software though.
no,
It can't be used in
no, no. It is not like it is Excel. You can use it anywhere. You import in Power BI, import it any analytics, import in ChatGPT. You can do anything, but even in Zoho Analytics, you can integrate it with the Google Drive, or you have having any different things. It provides you a lot of integrations. So if I click on import your data, it is saying me Excel file, any URL like a stock market or www dot, if you cloud storage, database, Zoho Sales IQ, Zoho CRM. So Zoho all products, Salesforce, which is very popular, Google Ads. If you are using Google Ads and you want to use or check the ROI on the Google ad spend, you want to see any tracking monthly Google ad, how much is happening, you can integrate it. Facebook pages, LinkedIn pages, YouTube ads, QuickBooks also. I don't think so. I think Zoho Payroll, Zoho Expense Analytics is not there. But there is a Zoho one which provides access to all 55 softwares. If you want to explore that, you can get a license of that also. Yeah, it saves a little cost, because if you are buying every software in a different way and paying every subscription, it is better to purchase a package, depends on your requirement. So you will get the access to every software by using this. So it is 12,050, my bad, 1,250 per employee per month and 3,500 per employee per month. It depends on that if you are using a multiple license or if you are using, so it is a,
Per employee means per user.
yes.
So that user can have only one company.
Yes.
And also, whatever the updates that are coming on a statutory basis, they will be included in this?
Yes, they include whatever comes for last. What we have seen, you get a window here, what is new, automatic notifications. Do you get, and whatever updates are happening, it incorporates it in the timely manner.
There is a cutoff also with which cutoff is the says that for this part of the year, this is the formula, and for the rest part of the year, the formula changes. Is there the cutoff will remain the software?
It takes into consideration, like for example, in e-invoicing, or there was some, there is a limit of TCS and 50 CR. So it captures every that kind of a data point. So for example, I can show you one thing. In
TDS rate changes have happened on 1st of October.
yes, yes, I can show you one thing. So I think when COVID happened, the rate was reduced by 25%. So they have created two slab, like 10% and 7.5% automatic immediately when that notification came.
What is the
And
time lag?
I
What is the time lag between creation of that, from the notification date to the creation of the change?
In my experience, I have seen immediate or one day before, like the recent 1st October, the TDS rates were revised. When I opened Zoho, it was giving a notification and giving me the knowledge. If you do not know the rates have been revised, please note, and asking me to enable or ignore. So I have enabled it, and it automatically updated my Zoho books, and
It is asking for a confirmation on that.
it was asking the confirmation. Yes, it was not. It was asking me to accept or not reject. If I will reject, then my accounting will be incorrect. My rates will be incorrect.
And if I by mistake I reject it, then can I get it back?
You have option to go into setting and change the rates. You will not get
I have to do manually.
that. You will have to do manually. So here the reports like inventory reports. If I talk about inventory summary, inventory valuation summary, FIFO cost lot tracking, inventory aging summary, ABC classification, which items are A, which item B, which are C, such kind of a reports are available. So I think that's all. If you have any questions, we can discuss that. Yes. If you want to provide the access to your employee, you need to. Sometimes in India, people do make a manager and say all 50 employees should email to that one manager, and they buy the license for one manager only, and that manager is working on behalf of that 50 employees. But if you have the budget, if you have the employees, you need to buy the, but expenses, it is not much expensive, but depends on that. I can show you the pricing here. Yes, you can do that. You can do that. I am doing for 20 sessions. I am generally running. Yes, yes. But if you want, yeah, you can use that. But if you want to do a security, want to keep audit trail, who is entering what, then you need to buy a separate. Because if the ID is related to boss, everything will be shown as boss is doing accounting, boss is doing payment. Correct. Correct. You can say that Zoho is allowing currently. Yes, there is no internal control or control in this. You can. Because they want people to adopt it. If they will put a tight everything, so people will not use it. So obviously there is a resistance to change from previous software. So this is the general pricing. Up to 3 users you can use Zoho Expense freely, but after that monthly, the yearly cost is 80 rupees per user per month, around I think 720 or 800 rupees per annum, more than that, 960. And monthly if you buy it is 100 rupees per month. Are you asking about the comparison with the QuickBooks? I think QuickBooks is more advanced. I am using QuickBooks also. In US, it is more advanced. People are doing bookkeeping on their own. In India, people are asking for bookkeeper, but in that country, people are doing bookkeeping on their own. If I import the transaction on QuickBooks, even it says these are the top companies, Amazon, or I can say whatever the top companies are there, top restaurants are there, they have already created the database of that. In India, you are providing Zomato is the food company, Uber is the Ola or cab company. They have already created that database and they are automatically suggesting you to book it. Even you just have to click in that. In India, you are providing the transaction rule, but in US, it is way beyond. Even there is a plugins in the QuickBooks to check the liquidity, to check the working capital calculation. What you call to CA to help me with the working capital, that plugin is analyzing your data and providing you a advisory based on that, and they are charging for that plugin. It will happening in Zoho also, like a marketplace is there. You need to develop that plugin. It will understand your financial statement. So it will all use AI, chat GPT. AI is new, but in US, I think it is happening for last 10 years. So it is on the same line, it is following QuickBooks, but QuickBooks is more advanced, I can say that. The reporting is more advanced in that. The dashboard systems are more advanced and they are more ideal for the US people because our needs are different, their needs are different because of that. I think that's all. If any questions are there.